Hello, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Children's Arena in Oshawa, Ontario, as we continue with Week 8 of the Arena Lacrosse League doubleheader featuring the Oshawa Outlaws taking on the Whitby Steelhawks. I'm Lance Wynn, working alongside JVI Productions, bringing you, of course, Game 2 here. Starting goalies for today's game for Whitby. Luke Coote gets the start. He comes in with a 1-2 record and a 16.52 goals against. For Oshawa, it'll be Scott Comer, 1-3 with a 12.65 goals against average. Head coaches for the Steelhawks, Gavin Prout and Brad MacArthur are co-head coaches. Ryan McMichael is the assistant. And Steve McCarthy is the head coach for the Outlaws. His assistants, Steve Toll and John Webb. As we get set, our officials for today's game, Mike Sullivan is the crew chief. He's joined by Brandon Hessen and John Sutcliffe. So two teams that could certainly use a win. The Outlaws come in one of the hottest teams in the league, having won 2 straight. They currently sit with a 4-4 record, and they are tied with 2 other teams for second place here in the Arena Lacrosse League. That, of course, was coming into this game. Whitby just 1-7. So they've got some work to do as Chad Culp on the run. His shot goes wide, and the Outlaws now stripped of the play. That's picked up and recovered again by the Outlaws, and a lot of stick work there. Culp manages to get it over the timeline to Cam Milligan. Milligan and Culp will set things up. Cody McMahon on the left side, working on the shooter, looking for a screen. Can't get one, dodges, dumps it down low. Quick shot, bounce shot, finds the mark. So a good start for the Steelhawks. They lead this one 1-0. Graham Bergsma and Mike Byrne doing battle in the make-believe circle off the draw. Possession's going to go to the Steelhawks. So that goal to Jeff Fernandez as he opens the scoring. And now once again the Steelhawks offensive attack will go to work. Start things off on the right, swinging around. Keep your eye on the young rookie sensation in Luke Pilcher as he comes in the leading point getter for these Steelhawks with 23 points, including 15 goals. Cody McMahon in the slot, rocks 1-2, goes to the underhand, wide of the mark. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Culp, sidearm goes off a defender's leg, and that's going to hurt. Graham Bergsma doing a good job of tracking it down, and he'll think better of it, pull it out. And the Oshawa Outlaws will go to work now on offense. John St. John, the leading point getter in the Arena Lacrosse League, 47 points. Splits 2 defenders, goes on, stuck it in. John St. John getting the job done, beating 3 defenders, and we're all tied 1-1. So it didn't take long for John St. John to add to his point total. 48th point of the season, 20th goal. So certainly getting the job done as Big Mike Triolo back in the lineup for the Outlaws. Certainly glad to have him back as he's a pillar of strength out there, and the offense going to work. Dump down was looking for Triolo, couldn't get it to him. And now here come the Steelhawks. On the run, good quick shot by Garrett Eddy. And glad we got that all sorted out. I wasn't sure if it was Eddy or Edie. It's definitely Eddy, so my apologies for the past. We can only work to the future. St. John trying to set a screen. Chirola swings it over right side. That one goes off the post and out of play. So a big shot from Jeremy McWaters. And he will jumpstart this offense as they'll swing it around, work it on the left side. St. John on the half boards. Has a defender all over him. Beats the defender on the step, goes to the shot off the post. Rebound to the Outlaws. They'll get a fresh 30 to work with. St. John having a field day. Very explosive first step. Triolo goes to the overhand. Bit of a knuckleball changeup. Stopped by Coote, and the Steelhawks now and Cam Milligan will get it over the timeline. Milligan takes a couple of hard hits, manages to dump it off to Dylan Riley. Riley to McMahon. McMahon will swing it over. Had a notion. Did Pilcher. Dumped it off. Sorry. And that's going to be possession to the Outlaws. 11:25 to go here. Graham Bergsma. Luggin dumps it low. Quick shot and a late hit. And that's exactly what the call is going to be. And we will have our first Visionware power play. Ryan Deggerton, the guilty party. 2 minutes for the illegal cross-check. And first power play of the game goes to the Outlaws. And their power play can certainly use some improvement. Good no-look pass, St. John down low. Quick stick, can't find the mark. And here comes Corey Upshaw in transition. He's got numbers, 3-on-1. St. John the only one back. Dumps it off. Pilcher tries to go far corner. Stopped, and it's picked up by the speedy Josh Taguri. This Outlaws power play working at a 41% efficiency rate. So if you ask Steve McCarthy, I'm sure he would say, hey, we need to improve there. On the other side, Gavin Prout, happy to have him back in the lineup as he missed last week's game. He, of course, working side by side with Mr. MacArthur. Under a minute now left in the man advantage. Around the horn it goes. St. John, the quarterback, working the left side. Triolo on the right. He'll lean in, working one-on-one, more than a handful. Good job stick checking. Here come the Steelhawks in transition, working the other way. Don't have numbers, but a good spin move. And what a fake, but couldn't beat the crossbar. So some outstanding work by Dylan Hutchinson, not able to put the finishing touches, and 25 seconds now left in the man advantage. St. John, good backhand pass gap, underhand, and it's a good one on target by Dylan Goddard. Stop though, and Comer gets it up. Good transition, down to Eddie, he finds a trailer, and it's kicked back out. Eddie will wait for the rest of the offensive attack and let this penalty ride out, and it does. Team's now back at full strength. Pilcher with under 10 on the shot clock. Steelhawks looking to go to work. That bounce shot goes off the back wall, and we're going to have ourselves our first officials timeout. $9:12 to go here, opening quarter, all tied at 1. Teams at full strength. John St. John will kick start, give and go, gone and went. Good save, but rebound picked up, fresh 30 for the Outlaws. They'll swing it around the horn. Triolo, one-on-one. Gets harassed, draws a double team, coughs it up. St. John trying to recover, does. Tries to dive around, thought about it, flipped it back, and it's Triolo. Under 10 on the shot clock, rolls out, gets some help. Good defense by the Steelhawks as they force the turnover. Moving up in transition. Good decision to pull that out. And Whitby now with a clear path going the other way was Dylan Riley. And the Outlaws now in the offensive end. Mitch Gustafson does a loop around the entire offensive zone before kicking it out. Triolo, big man, good save. So up to the task, Luke Coote. But winning the battle of the loose balls are the Outlaws. Goddard curling around, dumps it back. Loaded, good hard shot. Came courtesy Luke Laskowitz. Laskowitz, of course, one of the offensive juggernauts here on this Outlaws squad. Milligan looks for an opening. Good no-look pass to Culp. Quick shot, stopped. Rebound to the Steelhawks. Leaning in is Riley. And he'll draw a penalty. There will be another delayed penalty. Goes to the backhand. Good job by Milliken to hold on to it. A big hard hit. Culp tried to dump it off. No possession yet. And finally, we will have another Visionware power play. So the Steelhawks go on their first power play of this game with an opportunity to break this 1-1 tie. Culp, of course, will be the quarterback out there with McMahon, Pilcher, Milligan, and Riley. Man, Gappin, looking to Pilcher, look for the no-look, and a quick stick finish. Beautiful pass, Pilcher to Riley, and it's 2-1 Steelhawks. So my apologies for missing the guilty party there, and that's going to nullify that 5-minute penalty. And that will for sure be a check-in from behind. So as the dust settles, we'll just clarify. It will be a 5-minute major boarding penalty that will go to Gustafson. 2 minutes on the other side as Chad Culp with a beauty underhand finish. And it's 3-1 Whitby. So the scoreboard continues to be lit up as the two majors are still on the board, as is the minor. Despite the goal, it's going to be Chad Culp that's going to pull it out. So back to work, Eddie will swing it across, left side to Pilcher. Pilcher roll off a defender, quick shot, good save. Moving up the other way with Bergsma. Bergsma looking to dump that off and does a good job to get it to St. John, who gets it over the line. 4-on-3. Big Mike Triolo going to be a handful one-on-one. Defensive unit stepping up for the Steelhawks. St. John sniffing an opening, 10 on the shot clock. Triolo flip, and a good save as McWaters looking for that far corner. Coote was having none of it, and the Steelhawks move it up the other way with Eddie. 5:35 to go here, opening quarter. 3-1, Steelhawks, good hard overhand, and that's stopped and stuck in the equipment of Comer. And now Oshawa back the other way. 34 seconds left in the minor. And 3 minutes plus in both majors. One-on-one. Dumped back off by Laskowicz as they're on him tight. They know he likes to shoot. Big shot goes off to Melina Coote and will stay here. So Cam Garland certainly unloaded there, and the Outlaws will get themselves another 30 to work with. Starting things off, half boards right side, moving in, inching in, and another good save by Coote as he used the pads to steer that one up and out of play. And that will take us to our second official's timeout. .452 to go here, opening quarter. The minor penalty for the Steelhawks is over. And they will go on a man advantage for 2.5 minutes once they get possession, as the Outlaws will work the clock down, and that one underhand goes off the post and will remain in this direction. Oshawa possession. Dylan Goddard will swing it around and down on the left side. Kick it back up, skip it out to the right. Laskowicz beats one, goes to the net, and crease called, and Coote will move it up. Upshaw will quickly get it up to Rowan Kelly, and they will settle in and let the power play go to work. Under 2 minutes left in the man advantage. Pilcher out there with Milligan, Riley as well. Culp, of course, out there on the left crease. Turnover, and in transition, good stick check from Culp. From the backside will give Whitby back the possession. Steelhawks have been very efficient, 2 power play goals in 2 power play attempts. Milligan, skip pass and off the stick of Culp and out of play. Possession to the Outlaws. Gage Board will dump and retreat. St. John out there working on the left side. McNulty finds St. John. He'll get it back. They'll work the right side now. 10 on the shot clock. St. John one-on-one ISO with Upshaw. Sorry, not with Upshaw, but another defender. Time running down. McWaters can't get a shot off. Not the most efficient offensive set, but good defensive rotation by the Steelhawks, and they earn the ball the other way with just over 3 minutes to go here, opening quarter. Milligan, the quarterback here, working with Pilcher and Culp. Milligan dumps it down low, looking for the quick stick. Not there. Back to Milligan. He swings it. Bad pass. It's picked off, but didn't go anywhere. No reset on the clock. Milligan had to let it go. Ball loose, and the Steelhawks trying to win that battle, and they do not. And Pilcher, though, does a good job. Tried to slide through and had it taken away. So good job by the Outlaws, and here they come. In transition, wasting no time. Quick shot. Goes wide of the mark, off the rafters, and in no time at all, look counter, go the other way. 15 seconds left in the penalty. 10 seconds left in the first major. 30 seconds left in the other. So a chance here. Cody McMahon fakes a shot. No look pass on the run as Culp takes a hard hit. Rebound loose. And it's picked up and corralled by Taguri. Taguri with exceptional speed. And he'll keep going. Shot clock malfunction. Gets it to Big Mike Triolo. Triolo wrong stick side. 5 seconds to kill. And a big kill for the Outlaws with 2 5-minute penalties. And they only surrendered 1. Triolo loads and it goes off the post and will stay this direction. Good piece of officiating there as just caught enough of that post to get a reset. And the Outlaws now will go back to work. St. John swing it over right side. Triolo half boards. He'll look for a cutter. Ted takes that big overhand, stopped by Coot. Picked up, here come the Steelhawks. Minute 25 to go. In transition, 3-on-2. St. John back in the mix, all even, thinking better of it was Dylan Hutchinson. And he'll dump it off to McMahon as, not McMahon, but there's McMahon as a head laying on the carpet. Quick shot stopped with 1:02 to go. Comer will send the Outlaws. We're under a minute now to go in the first. Triolo swinging it across. Goddard, a lose 1 defender, gets chased by 2, dumps it down low. McNulty can't handle that, lets it go. He'll have to hustle back on defense. Here come the Steelhawks. Eddie. Long shot, Eddie finds the mark. So boy, oh boy, Eddie from a long way out picks up his first of the game. 33 seconds to go, and an impressive attempt off the draw, but not legal in any lacrosse rinks, as getting manhandled was Gustafson, and he has it taken away from him, and you can bet that there's still some exceptions taken to that hit from behind, and Gustafson's going to get at the very least 2, and not quite sure if Eddie's going to join him, but he's going to rush to that bench to be out of sight, out of mind, and we will see what happens as we will have another Visionware power play as Gustafson will spend some more time in the sin bin. 19 seconds to go here. Another power play attempt, Visionware power play for the Steelhawks. They have been extremely efficient, 2 for 2 here in this quarter. Swinging around, McMahon working behind the net, quick stick to Riley. Big man can't finish. Pilcher picks it up. Need a quick shot. Can't get it. That'll do it. Opening 15 in the books. 4-1 for the Steelhawks. The Steelhawks will go back to work on the power play one more time. So off the draw, Bergsma fighting hard, but it's the Steelhawks that come away with it, and they'll set things up. Cody McMahon will wait for the rest of the offensive attack, including Milligan, Riley, and Pilcher. Culp looking inside. Pilcher dump it off. Milligan shot, blocked. Ball loose, no reset. And that'll go down. Going to have to, not quite sure what's going on with the shot clock, but appears to be a bit of a malfunction as they're doing a manual count anyway. So a good job of officiating as they're making sure that there's a manual count along with the shot clock, and I think we'll just get some clarification. And referee John Sutcliffe had heard a little bit too much from. It is Tompkinson, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it'll be another 5-on-3, and Oshawa doing everything as Milligan to Culp make that one look easy. And Culp's second of the game, and it's a 5-1 lead. The Steelhawks dominating in the circle. Oshawa, though, picks it up, doing a good job of bouncing off a hit or two was Mark DeBrone. He'll put on some speed and try to log some time with 1:40 to kill in the penalty. Out the back door, looking for McNulty. McNulty now will work on the half boards, lofted all the way across to Laskowicz. He'll take a shot, stopped by Coote, reset, rebound to Bergsma. Still fighting for it, and a good interference call will give the Outlaws possession. 13:40 to go, 1:21 left in the penalty to Tompkinson. Laskowicz. Laskowicz comes in with 31 points. So he's been an offensive weapon all right out there with St. John, and Triolo along with McNulty. McNulty and Laskowicz with 31 points each. St. John forced one in, had to get a shot off with the shot clock winding down, and possession now will go to the Steelhawks with just under a minute to go. And right off the bat, some words exchanged, and two guys that clearly do not like each other. So with all that aside, just to clarify things, it looks like Mark DeBrone is going to get 2 minutes for fighting. Paxton LaRue has been ejected from the game for the Steelhawks. That for that extra sucker punch. And assistant to the Outlaws, Steve Toll, he has been ejected from the game. So awfully crowded over there in that Outlaws penalty box, as they've got 3 and no room, no more vacancies there. And the Outlaws have 1 man in the box, so when it's all said and done, it'll be the Steelhawks with another power play for a minute and change here. Around the horn it goes. Pilcher looking for a cutter, tries to swing it across. Not there. It's picked up and moved up. Doing a good job to track that down was Taguri on a good outlet pass from Comer. Outlaws, St. John looking for something, including McWaters. Couldn't find him on the cut. Coot will move it on up. And the Steelhawks now with 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Milligan will swing it across to Culp, get it back, unload. Pilcher with the rebound, reset, fresh clock. Culp. Another delayed penalty coming to the Outlaws. As that quick stick, good finish. So Riley making a habit of it, takes the pass from Culp, and it's 6-1 Steelhawks. So a commanding 6-1 lead here, and I say commanding, of course, take with a grain of salt here in box lacrosse. You can make up a whole lot of goals in a real short time. As on the run, Milligan shot wide of the mark. But the Outlaws doing everything in their power not to get back in this game. Good no look off the post. McNulty with the pressure, and it's picked up. And that's an over and back call by Triolo. So a bit of a mental lapse. The call is the right one. Milligan in transition, backhand pass to Riley, works in close, finds the mark. So Riley has got his third of the game. And it's 7-1 now for the Steelhawks. 11:40 to go here. Off the draw once again. Steelhawks continue to dominate. As doing a good job to shed a defender was Rowan Kelly. Offense back to work here. Grant Scott. Shot and going up high was Triolo. And it's Culp that comes away with it, tracking down a loose ball, gets it back out, looking for Riley. That goes up and out of play. Bergsma will leg it up, dump it off to Triolo. Triolo draws a double team, goes hard, tries to stick tech Triolo. What a nice finish. And the Outlaws pull a little closer, trailing now 7-2. So a team that comes in averaging 12 goals a game do the Outlaws. On the flip side, the Steelhawks averaging just over 9 a game. So they're two goals from their total here before the half. Riley, bounce off a check. Utilize one and on the run. Milligan has that one steered aside by the pads. Bounces up and behind the net. Culp again, sneaky and smart, comes in, moves in, and takes a hard hit from behind, and immediately that'll get blown down, and once again we'll have another Visionware power play. Rob Clough for the guilty party, and for the 5th time in this game, the Steelhawks will go to work. They're 4 for 4 on the power play. And quick stick from Pilcher, stopped. And they'll reset again, working around, and Whitby looks awfully comfortable in the offensive end. They lose it, and it gets flipped up to Tompkinson, and he'll race over the timeline. He'll force Milligan to play some defense. Out the back door. They find McNulty, and he'll swing it up and back to the top in Brad Lyons. Lyons will kill some time as a minute 3 left in the penalty, and that will take us to an official's timeout. With just over a minute to go in the man advantage, it will be Cody McMahon that will quarterback this power play opportunity. And you talk about efficient. It's exactly what these Steelhawks have been. Having racked up 4 power play goals, that shot wide of the mark doesn't touch any of the rafters. That will be a over and back call, and possession will go to the Outlaws. 9:10 to go here, second quarter. McNulty in the corner. He'll kill some time with 35 seconds left in the penalty kill. Swing it around to Goddard. Goddard will swing it to Laskowitz. Laskowitz will elude a defender and swing it around to the left side. Kick it back to the right, working at the shooter. Laskowitz Looking to draw the double team. 5 on the shot clock. Underhand goes into the corner. Rebound McNulty, and he'll just roll it. And with 10 seconds left, the Steelhawks will get one last opportunity to capitalize on with this man advantage. Have to hurry, and I think Chad Culp will think better of it as the penalty's over. And teams now are 5 aside. Ball loose in transition, moving it up. Pass went just a little out of the reach of Gustafson, did a good job to get it back. He draws a double team. There'll be no love lost there. You can bet that. And it gets back to the top with 15 on the shot clock coming out of the back door was Cam Garland. Big overhand, but it was blocked, and back comes Chad Culp. Dumps it down low. Pilcher tries to sneak one in far side. Couldn't find the mark. Rebound to the Steelhawks. They're winning all the loose ball battles here in this opening half. Swung around. Culp will bring it all the way around left side. Pilcher looking in the middle of Riley. Switch hands. Good shot. Stop, though. And it'll be Bergsma. Does a nifty pickup. Dumps it off. And off to the races is Tompkinson with numbers. Dumps it down low. Big Mike Triolo finishing in the far corner. It's 7-3. Can bet those Outlaws happy to have their captain back in the lineup. Laskowicz doing a good job of battling, and not Laskowicz, my apologies, Gage Board doing a lot of the work, taking it hard, got a shot off, but it went up and out of play. So a little more pep in their step do these Outlaws have. If they can stay out of the penalty box, play 5-on-5, could probably get back in this game. Looking for a screen was Cody McMahon, and that's going to be an interference call. Luke Pilcher a little too overly aggressive, and it gets lofted up and trotted over the timeline by Mike Rubka. And one bad screen deserves another as they give it right back. Possession to the Steelhawks. Coming out of the bench, long pass, Riley. Far corner, big save. So good transition lacrosse there, a fine attempt, but goaltending stood up and made the save. St. John been quiet out the back door. Can't corral it, and it goes up the other way. Coot will send away Eddie. Eddie's shot half-heartedly goes up and out of play with 6:31 to go here in the second. Outlaws will move it up. Bergsma avoids one defender, draws another, and looks to dump it off. St. John does a good job to handle the short hop, avoids the line, moves it up, 15 on the shot clock. Swung back over, McWaters. He'll lean into one, gets checked. McNulty, good job, sends it over to Bergsma. Bergsma's quick shot stopped. So a good possession by the Outlaws. Better defense, though, by the Steelhawks, and they will bring it up now over the timeline and go to work on O. Hutchinson looking for an opening. Out the back door comes Milligan. That's blocked, no reset. Culp will get it, send it over, left side, Pilcher. Pilcher looking for a screen, keeps, rolls, and on the run off the post and out of play. Possession stays right here with the Steelhawks. Looking for a cutter. Good defense. Working awfully hard over there is Gage Board. And his reward pays off as possession to the Outlaws. 5:30 to go here in the second. Gustafson certainly made no friends with that check from behind as Corey Upshaw let him know and continues to let him know. As on the right side, good dump, wide open, Laskowicz finish. So the Outlaws rebound with 2 straight, and they close the gap now to 7-4. Laskowicz with his first of the game and 21st of the season. Off the draw, Outlaws had it momentarily, and the Steelhawks, though, will come away with it. Rowan Kelly racing around, will dump it off, and Upshaw will get it and settle. Culp. Skip pass to Milligan. Milligan looking for an opening. Draws a defender. Tries to shed him. Gets a screen from Riley way late. Culp comes off that screen, and it's blocked looks like by a defender. Good save again. And big collision ahead of time on the push. And we'll see what that results in, certainly with, at the very least, a possession. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. .434 to go as Pilcher will kick start this offensive set. Riley with an awfully hard screen on DeBrone and that trickles in, so I'm not sure if Riley's going to get credit or if it's going to be Pilcher. And either way, it's an 8-4 lead. So we're certainly going to give Luke Pilcher credit for that goal as it trickles in, and Pilcher having a fine rookie season. That's his 24th point, 16th goal of the So it looks like they may have given that goal to Dylan Riley. So Riley with his 4th of the game. And the Outlaws come on back and get that one back in a hurry, courtesy Triolo. .404 here to play in the opening half. Off the draw, Corey Upshaw comes away with it, and he'll flip it up. Little mix-up in the circle as Dylan Hutchinson will race around, wait for some help before dumping it off and retreating, and violation will give the ball back to the Outlaws. They'll move it up, trailing by 3. That pass goes awry and will come all the way to the line, and we're going to have a slashing call and another Visionware power play. Luke Pilcher, the guilty party, just the second Visionware power play of the game for the Outlaws. And St. John will quarter dump the Triolo inside. So the big man posting up in the slot finds the mark. And it's an 8-6 game. Big Triolo missed the first half of the season pretty much. And you can bet with his 4th of the game. Awfully glad to get him back in the lineup. And now Upshaw will lug it over the timeline for the Steelhawks. Dumps it off to McMahon, and there'll be another violation, another turnover, and here come the Outlaws. So trailing by 2, Tompkinson, good speed, has some room, goes down low off the post. Upshaw battling for it. Steelhawks pick it up, they'll try and move it up. Doing a good job was Degerden. He'll dump it off to a trailer. That shot goes wide off the rafters and will stay Whitby ball. 2:47 to go here in the opening half. Dump down to the big man Riley. Tried to tuck that in. Boy, he sure takes up a lot of space out there as working hard and fishing continuously. Steelhawks had it momentarily. Taguri with the extra effort, battling in there with Cody McMahon. Riley gets knocked up right into the basket and swung over to Hutchinson on the left side. Gets a screen from Culp, dumps it back out. Milligan unloads, shot wide. Here come the Outlaws. They've got numbers, 3-on-2. Tompkinson dumps it down low, off the post, I believe. I thought that went off the post and should be possession, stay here. So despite all the crying going on the Oshawa bench, it's Whitby ball, as it could have been a bit of a missed call. Would have been a tough one to get. I think it just grazed that post. But when you're on a different angle down there, you only have seconds, and a good job as DeBrone unloads on the rookie. And the rookie returns the favor, and cooler heads will prevail as the Steelhawks now will come away with possession. Milligan, minute 35, inside, and a big finish. So timely for sure. Jeff Fernandez with his 2nd of the game, and it's 9-6 Whitby. Minute 36 to go here in the second. Off the draw. And just like that, we're going to have a hold, and we'll have another Visionware power play. This time, it will go to the Outlaws. Dan Ball, the guilty party. So for just the third time in this game, the Outlaws will go to work with a man advantage. St. John out there with Laskowitz, dumps it over and gets it back. St. John, quick shot, wide of the mark. And Coot now will look to send the outlet, and he does. It's a bullet on the money. Riley couldn't field it cleanly, but managed to recover. Looking for the trailer. Doesn't have him. And he'll dump it all the way to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, left side with lots of room. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Hutchinson swings it to Milligan, over to Riley on the half boards. Minute 10 to go in the man advantage. Shot clock winding down right off the noggin. Ricochets up, and the Outlaws now will bring it back. 37 seconds to go in the half. Triolo will be very deliberate here. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Goddard out there with St. John, Triolo, and Laskowitz, as well as McNulty. Quick stick from Laskowitz, wide of the mark. Didn't come away with any iron. That will go the other way to Whitby. 19 seconds to go. Stop start, good hesitation move from Palmer. Gets it off to Culp. Culp now will work it under 10 to go in the half. Culp's just going to run this one out. And he does. So 30 minutes in the books here at Children's Arena. 9-6 in favor of the Steelhawks. We're all locked and loaded here for third quarter action, and right off the draw, possession will go to the Outlaws. 9-6 here with just under 30 seconds to go in the penalty to the Steelhawks. Dan Ball. Outlaws now will go to work with the remainder of this Visionware power play, and walking in was Laskowitz, and he finds the mark for the second time. And it's 9-7. So it's a seesaw battle that continues. Of course, the Steelhawks came flying out of the gate, and now off the draw, taking a couple of hard hits was Gustafson. And hard to get some sympathy, as now it'll be Eddie that'll fake the flip and settle things down, get it to Culp, retreat, and the offense now will go to work 5-a-side. 2-goal game here, and it just goes to show you discipline is going to determine the outcome of this one, with 4 power play goals for the Steelhawks, 2 for the Outlaws. Curling around and getting off a good underhand was Grant Scott. Scott falls, gets hit by DeBrone. Riley can't track that down. Bergsma does. Graham Bergsma will to get it over the timeline. He does, and they dump it off. And it'll be Cam Garland. Garland left side. Way long to Triolo, but tracked down, though, nicely by Goddard. Goddard swing it back to Garland. Garland dumps it, and a good try by McWaters. Can't finish. Good save there by Comer, and that one is lofted up and right into the arms of the Outlaws. That was Clofer to St. John. St. John has to be well rested. Wasn't on the floor a whole lot in that opening half due to the penalty situations. That flipped to Triolo. Triolo gets hounded by Upshaw, draws 2 defenders, continues to get hit even though he didn't have the ball. And now it's Coot that will loft it up, and he will get it up to Palmer. Palmer look to attack, think better of it. Good transition defense from the Outlaws. And it's Milligan, right side. Doing a little shuck and jive, looking to dump it down to Riley. Good defense. And that's going to be an interference call. And doesn't matter how big a guy is, you can't check him from behind in the boards when he doesn't have the ball. So not quite sure what all the crying is going on over there in the Oshawa bench. Either way, Riley now is going to work one-on-one. Curl around, dump it off to Culp, left side. Culp gets a screen to Milligan. Milligan teed that one up, missed by a long shot. Tracked down by Culp, though. Culp thought to go board, switch hands, brings it back to the middle. Swing it over to Milligan. And that goes up out of play, and it will go the other way to the Outlaws. St. John looking to get on track here, flips it back. Garland looking for a trail. Laskowicz tees it up, can't find the mark. That'll go over the timeline. And it will go possession Steelhawks with 11:52 to go here in the third. And Milligan tried to faked out Culp, and Bergsma and the Outlaws jump on it. Gage board will send it back, and it'll be McNulty. Looking down low, Triolo tried to play that carom perfectly off the corner, not able to track it down, and in transition, that ball pops up, and loose goes to the Outlaws. Good speed, but Gage Board had it knocked out of his stick, and Triolo now did just enough to slow up Garrett Lewis. And now the Whitby offense will go to work. One-on-one. Milligan can't beat his defender. Still leaning in. Backhand pass goes awry up and into the Oshawa bench. Possession to the Outlaws. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the third. 9-7 lead for the Steelhawks. St. John, one-on-one, explodes by the defender, goes to the net, tries to switch. Good stop there by Coote. And it's going to be a Visionware power play, a holding call on the play. Mike Byrne, the guilty party, he'll get 2 minutes for holding. And for the fourth time in this game, the Outlaws will go to work with the man advantage. St. John's swinging over. Out there with McNulty, quick stick finish, and a good one. So we've got ourselves a 9-8 game, courtesy Luke Laskowitz. So two teams that came in with less than impressive specialty teams numbers. Of course, it's the Outlaws. Had a power play of 41%, and they've got 3 power play markers in this game. On the flip side, the Steelhawks, 39% on the power play, and they've got 4 power play markers. So flipping the script here are both teams. We're at the 10-minute mark in a 1-goal game. Eddie will swing it over to Pilcher. Pilcher get it back, looking over to Eddie. Eddie again now, one-on-one. He'll take that shot, go way wide of the mark, off the rafters, possession to the Outlaws, and that will take us to our officials' timeout. Minute left in the Byrne penalty, as the Outlaws now will go back to work. Give and go on with the man advantage. That's loose, picked up by the Steelhawks, and they'll hustle their way over the timeline and get it off. Garrett Lewis finds Milligan. Milligan looking for an opening, gets a cutter, and McMahon tried to go low. Good save. So Comer doing his job, and back the other way. That sidearm goes awry by Goddard, and here come the Steelhawks. 2 defenders. Upshaw dumps it off, pass too high. Picked up, and skying for that was Ryan Nolan. And here comes Graham Bergsma and the Outlaws. Bergsma, good decision there. Will dump it off to St. John. penalty over. Teams now at full strength. Triolo comes on late, and Goddard fell and threw it away. Triolo one-on-one. Jumping in the mix was Eddie. St. John did a good job to back check, and it'll be Riley. Riley, Milligan. Pilcher out there left side. Grant Scott also out there in the mix. Shot clock under 10. Need a shot. McMahon will dump it off. Pilcher will lean in, and that'll be a violation, and it'll go the other way to the Outlaws. 8:02 to go here in the third. Comer, good outlet pass. Got it all the way up to Cam Garland, and the offense now will go through John St. John. Triolo moving his feet before the ball got there. Picked up, good recovery, hard hit. Good job of bouncing off that. Sent down St. John. Looking down low, Triolo. Triolo from an impossible angle. Had to do it with the shot clock winding down, and it will be Steelhawks ball going the other way. 7:35 to go here in the third. Game has settled in just a bit here. In what was 4-1 after one, 9-6 at the half for the Steelhawks. Their lead has shriveled to just one. Rebka put on the brakes. He'll retreat. Here's McNulty. Been awfully quiet here in this game. Dumps it off. St. John at the top. Swing it over right side. Laskowicz, sidearm into the netting. It'll go back the other way. Play it where he lie in transition. Moving it up quick was Rowan Kelly. Got a shot off. Good save there by Comer, and it'll be Oshawa now that will try to respond here on offense. Looking for Triolo, give and go. St. John fakes a shot, comes around, looks for the trailer, McNulty. McNulty off the crossbar, so a good bounce shot, and it beat Coot, but it didn't beat the iron. Upshaw's pass blocked, recovers, brings it back up, and it's Eddie. He'll dump it down low. Delayed penalty called here. And the and the Steelhawks will get a chance to go on a power play with 10 on the shot clock. That pass off the boards to McMahon. 5 on the shot clock. McMahon teed it up. Good save, rebound loose in the slot, and we will have another Visionware power play. 6th power play opportunity of the game for the Steelhawks. They've capitalized 4 times. And back to work here, same unit out there, Milligan, Pilcher, quick stick, Culp on the crease. Looking wide open down on the far crease. And that was Grant Scott. Culp mixing it up in the corner, ball loose. Tried to get fished out, and the Outlaws come away with it. Tompkinson, wrong stick side, had a notion. He'll bring it around, tiptoe around the crease, and try to kill some clock here. To Laskowicz, back out to the top in Goddard. Minute 20 to go in the penalty kill. And they'll slide it down on the half boards. It's a Gage board out there. That's shot down and will go out of play. Possession the other way with 1:05 to go in the man advantage for the Steelhawks. Milligan will swing it across, and they'll start with Pilcher and move it back to Culp at the top. Culp will look for an opening, size it up, picks the corner. So that's what veterans do. His third of the game, and it's 10-8 for the Steelhawks. Chad Culp, of course, originally part of the Whitby coaching staff when the season began. I think between Gavin Prout and Brad MacArthur decided that might be a good idea for some veteran leadership, and answering was Josh Tagore. No substitute for speed. He gets that one back, and we're back to a 1-goal game. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Off the draw, Steelhawks get it. And it's Eddie. He'll loft it up. Good hands there to keep that on the right side of the offensive end. Riley, curl out, look for another opening. Lean in now, and he'll get that shot off. Goes bounce shot, finds the mark. So boy, oh boy, that Riley, more than a handful. That's his 5th goal of the game. And that makes it 11-9 Whitby. 4:15 left here in the third quarter. Off the draw, possession's going to go to the Steelhawks, and looks like we may have our second official's timeout. Good to go here as the teams now are both at full strength, and the Steelhawks looking for the give and go. Not there. Culp, though, once again tracks down the loose ball. Boy, he's like a magnet out there. And looking for the cutter. Crease called on the play, and it will go the other way with the Outlaws. Tagore, outstanding speed, puts on the brakes, splits 2 defenders. He'll retreat, and it'll come now to the left side. St. John working with Garland and Goddard on that left side. St. John ducks in, swings it to the right. Sidearm on the run by Laskowicz, stopped. And Coote will look for someone open, has to hurry, and Culp knows exactly what to do to get it over the timeline in plenty of time. Milligan, one-on-one. Met with plenty of resistance by Ryan Nolan. Good job defensively, and that shot, sniffing 5-hole, was Grant Scott. Having none of it was Comer. Outlaws set things up now with 2:50 to go here in the third. McNulty swinging around. St. John half boards, defender on him, gets a screen, dumps it to McNulty. McNulty will look, 10 on the shot clock, slide that cross. That shot is wide of the mark by McWaters, and now it's Eddie with the finish. So Garrett Eddy with his second of the game, and he gives the Steelhawks a 3-goal cushion. Just under 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. Triolo double team, fighting his way to keep it in line. Good hands there to keep it in play by Gustafson. Looking for the give and go, gives it back to Triolo, and some incidental contact on the other side. Laskowicz draws 2 defenders, dumps it off, working one-on-one now is Garland. Garland, shot clock winding down. Triolo gets it, going to have to shoot. Backhand wide of the mark. Possession's going to go up the other way with just under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Play it where it lies as the Steelhawks now will get a chance to add to their total, leading 12-9. Culp leans in. Milligan dumps it down. Riley getting hounded by DeBrone. DeBrone still on him, dumps it down. Swung back out. Milligan's going to take that shot wide of the mark. And Pilcher can't track that down. It'll go the length of the carpet. And it'll be possession to the Outlaws deep in the offensive end. Jeremy McWaters will swing it back to Laskowicz, all the way left side. St. John all the way down into the left crease. Laskowicz looking for a screen from McWaters. Gets one, dumps it down. McWaters on the screen and roll. That rebound picked up neatly by Dylan Hutchinson. And he brings it in, dumps it down low. They go down low. Good save. So stepping up and closing the door when he needed to was Comer, and now the Outlaws come back. Countering in transition. Quick shot, stopped. Garland trying to do some forechecking, but the Steelhawks with 45 seconds to go. Quick stick finish. So Cody McMahon with an outstanding pass to create that and pick up the helper. Rowan Kelly with his first of the game, and it's 13-9 Steelhawks. 44 seconds left in the third. And that's going to be possession to Oshawa, as there'll be some pressure in the backcourt with 37 seconds to go. Outlaws flip it back. Chiolo overhand, stopped, and picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson on the run. He'll go right to the middle, take the shot, stopped. Rebound, 20 seconds to go. Coomer's going to hold on to that. 10 seconds now to go. He'll loft that up. And Laskowicz will get it on the defensive side, move it up. Under 5, dump it down low. One last chance, diving. Crease called on the play. So Luke Coote has done a good job between the pipes for the Steelhawks here, as that will be the end of three quarters. 13-9 in favor of Whitby. Locked and loaded here for the fourth and final quarter. The Steelhawks with the lead and off the draw. Gustafson does a good job of rolling off a couple defenders. He'll get possession and they'll set things up with Big Mike Triolo. 4-goal deficit for Oshawa. They have trailed by as many as 6. And they've closed to within 1. Out of the bench, St. John on the half boards, under 10 on the shot clock, has a defender hounding him. Gets that over, and a shot from Laskowicz. Can't find anything. And it'll go the distance, and Eddie will race down, pick it up deep in the offensive end. He'll loft that pass to Culp. Culp just knows where to be, knows how to get open, and knows the right time to pass and shoot. Culp coming around. Good flip to the big man. Rowdy tries to go backhand, can't. And now the Outlaws will hustle up in transition. Gage Board will think better of it. McNulty unloads. Shot missed the mark. Bergsma, good pass to McNulty. Quick stick, can't find the mark. Picked up. Going back the other way in the Steelhawks. Brad Lyons. Sorry, not Brad Lyons. That was Riley Palmer. And in tight. Getting the job done, as the Steelhawks seem to have an answer each and every time and lead this one 14-9. Cody Hamley with his first of this game. And the Steelhawks go back to work, and you can sense that they are looking for the dagger here, as Milligan with the finish. Beautiful pass from Upshaw to Milligan. And in a blink of an eye now, it's 15-9. 6-goal deficit facing these Outlaws off the drop. Bergsma wins it. DeBrone avoids a high stick or two, comes rushing in. Good shot, stopped. And he remains on the crease, and I assure you that's not the most effective place to be, as McNulty jumps in that fray with DeBrone. And we'll see who makes their way to the penalty box. Mike Byrne and Jeff McNulty will spend 2 minutes in the box. McNulty got the 2 for retaliating. And teams now all even 5 aside on the coincidental minors. Tompkinson will bring it up. We're at the 13-minute mark here of the fourth. Good speed. Stop, start on the hesitation. Still has it. Dump it back to the top, swung over left side. St. John. Bounce off one. Shot by McWaters. That finds nothing but the bleachers. And it will go the other way to the Steelhawks. Culp. Pilcher right out of the back door. Sends it to Milligan. No look. Pilcher stopped. And here comes Tagore. Puts on the Jets. Dumps it down low. Quick stick crossbar. So possession will stay with the Outlaws. Good transition attempt, but not able to beat Coot and the crossbar. Triolo moving in, gets a shot off wide of the mark. Can't scoop up the rebound. Steelhawks do. They'll move it up in Eddie. Eddie has some help with him. He'll wait, size up the back door, think better of it. And he will wait for the entire offensive crew to roll out on the carpet. McMahon. Swing it over, Milligan, no look, McMahon. Had it momentarily. Culp, beautiful flip pass, in too much traffic. Here comes Triolo. Triolo with Culp on him. Bit of a size difference there, but mutual respect for sure as Laskowitz now will dump it over. They'll work the left side in St. John's, 10 on the shot clock. Laskowitz back to St. John. St. John will have to find the mark. John St. John from way out picks the bottom corner. His second of the game, and it's 15-10. Luke Coot would love to have that one back, I'm sure, but St. John put that in a very difficult place to stop, and it was a bullet. And we'll see with 11:20 to go if these Outlaws have another run left in them. Hutchinson looking over. Quick stick from Milligan, stopped. So going to be key here for Comer to keep his team in it. Tompkinson will fake the flip, dump it down, and the offense now will go to work. Triolo will lean in, try to post up, switch hands, goes far corner, good save. Steelhawks pick it up, they'll work it up the other way. In transition, out the back door. Give and go. Had a notion, shot blocked. In there working in tight quarters was Rowan Kelly. And the Steelhawks gobble up the loose ball for a fresh clock. Fernandez will remain out there with Riley, Culp, and Scott. Quick shot by Culp, and Cody McMahon certainly took exception to that late check, cross check to the throat. So back to action here, and when it was all said and done, it was Mark DeBrone's cross-check to the throat of Culp that upset Cody McMahon. Cody McMahon came to Culp's rescue, and that resulted in 5 minutes for fighting for both DeBrone and McMahon, and both have been ejected from this game. Two teams now 5-on-5. 10-minute mark here of the fourth. St. John gets a screen, curls in, leans in, goes to the backhand and can't get it off cleanly. They'll say it went off a stick, and it'll remain Outlaws ball. Fresh clock. McWaters looking down low. That's picked off. And here come the Steelhawks in transition. Eddie curls out, trails to Riley. Big man runs into two defenders, flips it. And they'll reset now with Palmer. Palmer to Milligan. Milligan now will dump it to Riley. Riley in close. Stopped, though. So a big save from Comer. And it'll be a fresh clock again for Whitby. Quick shot. Stop. Jeff Fernandez got that off, but right place, right time. Laskowitz takes a shot, rolls it in. So Luke Laskowitz Just what the doctor ordered, his 4th of the game. And it's 15-11. Off the draw violation by Triolo is going to give the ball to the Steelhawks. With 9 minutes to go here in the 4th. And we're setting things up for a big finish here if the Outlaws can claw their way a couple goals closer. That bounce shot wide of the mark. That'll be a violation at the very least. Gage Board racing down. He'll pick it up deep in the end, and we will have ourselves, our officials, timeout. Set to go again here as Garrett Lewis and Mitch Gustafson did a little too much talking before the break, and they'll both spend 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. So coincidental minors will give room to St. John. Tried to dump it low. Under 10 on the shot clock. Flips it back up and out of play. So not the ideal possession for the Outlaws, but good pressure defense from the Steelhawks. They'll get it and move it over the timeline. Palmer will dump it. Culp now will kick things off and hit Riley, cutting through the middle. He loses it, and the Outlaws now will get it back, and Comer will send it away. Outlaws careless with it, lose it, and here comes Dylan Hutchinson. Puts on the afterburners, chased, and he will hold up, curl away, and dump it off. 7:45 to go here in the 4th. Culp looking for the screen and roll, thinks better of it, swings it around to the right side. Pilcher over on the right side, wrong stick hand side. That shot almost trickles over the goal line. Comer just at the last second able to pull it back and gets it up to Bergsma. Bergsma's pass high, but that's where you got to go to Triolo. And one-on-one Triolo rolls off the defender, going to get a holding call. McWaters swing it over, had a notion, Goddard dumped it down. McNulty not able to handle it. We'll have another Visionware power play. Riley Palmer will be in the box for 2 minutes for holding. As he tried one-on-one, no-look pass. Laskowicz, backdoor, not there. Kick it back out. St. John gaps it, backhand pass, shot right on by Goddard. Stopped by Coote. And he'll rifle that down on the money to Riley. Riley can't handle it, goaltender to goaltender. And it will look and go back the other way. Double team trying to force him over the line, and hanging on to that too long was Klepfer. And he coughs it up, and here come the Steelhawks. With 1:20 to go in the penalty kill in this 4-on-3 situation. Kelly, the half boards, under 10 on the shot clock. Waiting to attack to draw the double team. 2, and he will just toss it down behind the boards, and Oshawa now will have their chance with 55 seconds to go in the power play. Trailing by 4 here, just under 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Triolo, St. John, Goddard, McNulty. McNulty behind, no look, not there. Picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson now is going to weave through some traffic, get it over the timeline, and probably think better of it, and he does. Culp. Milligan, half boards, pops back out, looking for a cutter, good defense to close that out. Milligan shot, can't find anything. That's going to be a violation. Possession to Oshawa. 5:15 to go, 5 seconds left in the penalty. Triolo. Teams now even, penalty over. Triolo, cocks and loads, stopped. McNulty, good no-look to a cutter finish. McNulty to St. John, and it's 15-12. Outlaws have pulled to within striking distance and off the draw. Gustafson right down the middle, tries the bounce shot. And it went off the goaltender, and it'll be possession to the Outlaws when we come back after our final officials timeout. As we resume play here, a carryover between Lewis and Gustafson, and the referees had finally had enough. They were jawing all the way to they were serving their 2-minute minors. When they got out, it was more, and the officials felt both of them needed to go. And we're playing 5-a-side here with those two in the change room, done for this game. 4:33 in the Steelhawks as the Outlaws squander an offensive opportunity. And a good swing past Milligan, wide open. Culp goes up the middle, tries to tuck one over the shoulder, can't do it. Here come the Outlaws. Bergsma. 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Bergsma goes under. Big save by Coote. Rebound, but to the Outlaws in the slot. McWater, shot stopped. Again, good job of trying to fish that McNulty, and did a good job to knock it off a defender, and it will be Oshawa ball. 4 minutes to go here in the fourth. St. John, bounce shot, wide of the mark, tipped. And here comes Dylan Hutchinson. He'll put on the brakes and find Riley coming flying out. He goes in tight, stopped by Comer. And now end-to-end as the Outlaws come back now with 3:35 to go. Trailing by 3. Triolo. Out there with St. John and McNulty. McNulty working on the deep left crease. Swings it back out. Skip pass, Triolo. Return, skip pass. St. John fighting for it. Steelhawks come away in transition. Eddie, go to the bounce. And not staying stationary was Comer, and a big goal by Eddie extends the lead now to 16-12. A timely marker for Garrett Eddy, his third of the game. And the Outlaws now continue to have a mountain to climb, trailing by 4 with 3 minutes to go. Slipping his way out of traffic, I don't know how, but managing to do that was Klupfer, and that pass to Laskowicz goes off a defender, and that was checked. Will be a reset on the clock as Comer decided to air that one out. It'll be possession. Steelhawks now with 2:35 to go. See here if Whitby can close. Despite a 1-7 record, they've lost some tight games. So it'll be interesting to see here if the addition of Riley will help. And some of the veteran leadership and composure of Culp. Culp, overhand, wide of the mark. But a good job to force another turnover, and they will give Whitby a fresh clock to work with. Pilcher will slide that across, working with Scott. Rebound goes off the boards. Battle ensues, and it's the Outlaws. Had it momentarily. Milligan had it briefly, and it's loose. Steelhawks now had it on one side. Violation anyway, and the Outlaws now will bring it back. Minute 40 to go. Trailing by 4, got a lot of work to do here. Outlaws can't come away with it clean as the Steelhawks winning the loose ball battles when it matters. In transition and pulling it out was Cody Hamley. Hamley had it almost picked off by Bergsma. Culp will send it down to Riley. Dylan Riley, 5 goals here in this game. He'll swing that across, overhand, right on the numbers. But the rebound picked up, and heading into the final minute of this fourth quarter, the Steelhawks now trying to preserve this 4-goal lead. Milligan will hold it out, 15 on the shot clock. Expect the Steelhawks not to worry about going, but they do attack. Good save by Comer. And he'll lift that out, send the outlet, and the Outlaws got to hurry. 40 seconds to go, and we've got ourselves another melee. Dalton Lundy. Not sure if he took exception or if that's Klipfer there. And it is. .40 seconds to go here in this fourth and final quarter. Visionware power play for the Outlaws as they'll work it around the horn here. And St. John to Triolo. Triolo overhand stop by Coot. They'll shrug it off out of the equipment and move it up. 25 seconds to go. St. John will flip that up. They'll hustle over the timeline, get it to Laskowitz. 15 seconds left. And it'll be a too many men call as clearly 6 guys on the floor for Oshawa. And hard to argue that as the power play will be nullified. 5 aside with 13 seconds to go. So with that said, a too many men call, and the final 2 minutes results in a penalty shot, and it will be Grant Scott. Off the post. Five-on-4 scenario will continue with 10 seconds to go, and I think both teams will just run this one out, and that's the way this one's going to end. 16-12. Steelhawks are going to improve to 2-7, while the Outlaws will fall to 4-5. That will do it for our Saturday here in the Arena Lacrosse League. We will see you tomorrow, another doubleheader. Reliance Win, JVI Productions, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.